So, have you ever noticed how sometimes we say, I enjoy playing football, but other times we say, I want to play football? Why is that? Well, in this quick explainer, we're going to figure out exactly when to use ing and when to use to after a verb. Okay, let's take a look at this. We've got two sentences here. The one on the left says, I enjoy learning languages. And on the right, I want to learn a new language. See that? Both are totally correct, but one uses learning and the other uses to learn.
And that's a big question, right? So many people learning English ask about the rule here. It can seem a little tricky at first, but don't worry, we're about to make it super clear.
Okay, so here's the secret. There isn't just one simple rule. It all depends on the first verb. Some verbs are followed by ing and some are followed by to. The best way to learn them is to think of it like learning new words. You just learn them in their groups. So, let's start with our first group of verbs. These are the ones that are always followed by the ing form. You'll see that a lot of these verbs are about how we feel about things, like enjoying something or finishing something up. Here are a few really common ones from this ing group. We've got enjoy, finish, mind, suggest, and avoid. Let's see them in action.
Here's a perfect example. Our first verb is enjoy, so the next verb, travel, gets that ing at the end. It becomes traveling. I enjoy traveling.
And here's another one. The verb is mind, as in I don't mind, so we use waiting. I don't mind waiting. It just sounds right, doesn't it? Check this one out. The first verb here is stop, so the next one is raining. It means the rain just kept going and going all day. So what if you want to make it negative? Easy. You just put the word not right before the ing verb. For instance, you could say, imagine not having pizza, which, let's be honest, is a pretty awful thing to imagine. All right, let's move on to our second group. These are the verbs that we follow with to plus the verb. You'll notice a lot of these have to do with things we plan for the future, or things we hope for, or decide to do. And here are some super common verbs from this to group. I bet you use these all the time. Want, plan, decide, promise, and hope. This one is a classic, right? After the verb want, we always use to plus the next verb. I want to speak. And another one for you. The first verb is decided, so the next part has to be to go. It would sound pretty funny if we said, she decided going, wouldn't it? It's always to go. So this is the key point. A verb like offered has to be followed by to help. Are you starting to see the pattern? You have your first verb, then to, then the second verb. Making a negative sentence with this group is also really simple. Just like before, you pop the word not right before the to. Like in this example. They decided not to make pizza. Okay, so we've got the ing group and the to group. But, and this is where it gets interesting, some verbs are a little bit special. They can actually be in both groups. Now for some good news. For verbs like start, begin, like, and love, you can use ing or to. And guess what? The meaning is exactly the same. So you can say, it started raining or it started to rain. You get to choose. Pretty cool, right? But you gotta be careful. For a couple of verbs, like stop, the meaning changes completely. So look here. On the left, she stopped smoking means she quit. She doesn't do it anymore. But on the right, she stopped to smoke means she was doing something else, maybe walking, and she stopped so that she could have a cigarette. That's a really big difference. Okay, you've learned about the different groups, so now it's your turn. Let's test your knowledge with a couple of quick questions. Ready? Let's do it. Okay, first question for you. She is learning play the piano. Take a second. What do you think? Which group does the verb learn belong to? You got it! The answer is to play. The verb learn is from our second group, the to verbs. So the whole sentence is, she's learning to play the piano. Great job! All right, let's try one more. He admitted steal the necklace. What about the verb admit? Do you remember which group that one is in? Yes, absolutely right. The answer is stealing. The verb admit is from our first group, the ing verbs. So the full sentence is, he admitted stealing the necklace. You're doing great. So what's the big takeaway here? Please, don't try to learn all of these verbs at once. The absolute best way to get good at this is just to practice. So my challenge for you is this. Pick one new verb from the ing list and one from the to list, and try to use them this week. So which new verb are you going to try first? Thanks for watching.